Deputy Cross reacts. Let's get into this one. Hey, real quick, do me a favor. Like, follow, share, all the good things. Go ahead and subscribe if you would. You guys make it possible. And thank you for continuing to share these with me because you help me to find these, to talk about them. So somebody shared this one with me and said, what do you think of this? And I can already tell you what I'm going to think, but I'll play it and then talk about it afterwards. Let's get into it.
Bro, look at the size of that dude. I don't mean longitudinally, I mean horizontally. Wow, watch him get on his bike. Sorry, God, for what I'm about to, or what I've been doing. I just can't help it, dude. Wow, watch him. She's just swinging her leg over. Ready? Wow. Here he goes. Oh, there he goes. He just got on that fucker. He just teabagged that bike, dude. He just teabagged that motherfucker.
You guys already know how I feel about this. You know how I feel about this. This is ridiculous. This guy should not be a cop. He had to take a breather to get on the motorcycle. Seriously? He had to take a breather. This guy, and people want to, shame the public whenever they make videos like this and talk about it. But no, that department should be ashamed to have someone that represents that department in that way. That department should be ashamed. I think the public, when they see stuff like this, they should be like, what are we doing here, right? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. There 100% should be a standard that you have to adhere to throughout your entire career or you lose your job. In Illinois, I was certified in Illinois. I went through the Illinois Academy, and we have what's called the power test. The power test used to be, they've lowered the standards now, but whenever I became a cop, the power test, you had to bench press 98% of your body weight one time. That's not hard. You had to run 1.5 miles in 13 minutes and 46 seconds. That's not hard. You had to do 36 sit-ups in under a minute. That's not hard. And you had to sit and reach 16 inches. Not hard. That was the physical agility test. I will tell you, when I first wanted to become a police officer, I couldn't pass it all. I couldn't pass the run. The sit-ups were too hard. And honestly, I think the only thing I could pass was the sit and reach. I had to train for those things, which is a good thing. It shouldn't be a test that's so hard that no one can pass it, that you have to be like some, six-pack abs ripped, guy. I'm not saying that, but it should be a test that's like everyone can't just like, well, if I breathe properly, then I can be a cop, right? Like there should be some level of fitness that cops not only have to have, but I believe, and this is the downside when it comes to Illinois, I believe that we should have to pass it every 6 months or we literally lose our job. I think if you set that standard of accountability, if you do not pass the power test every 6 months, you lose your job. Then cops would keep their fat selves in shape. They wouldn't let themselves go, and you wouldn't have this. This is ridiculous, and I can go on and on about this. I get long-winded about it because it makes me sick. Like, departments should be ashamed, absolutely ashamed. You should have, when your department is standing in together, you should be proud of their level of fitness. And again, I'm not saying they have to be crazy, ripped, but the public shouldn't look at them and be like, this dude is a straight FUD. Seriously, absolutely shameful. And that's how I feel about that. I'll never change my mindset on it because this guy, he's dangerous. Not only does he look pathetic, but on top of it, it's dangerous because who's he actually going to help when he can't even help himself? He had to take a breather to get on this motorcycle. That's ridiculous. Like, the public, when you see this, you should record it and make fun of these cops. Like, it's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. Any cop that cannot pass the Illinois power test, and mind you, the power test gets easier as you age. Any cop that cannot pass the Illinois power test right now should be let go, should be fired immediately. I don't care how long you've been on the force. I don't care how close you are to retirement. I don't care about none of the hoity-toity bull crap. You should be fired now if you can't pass it. If you can't pass the Illinois power test right now, you should be fired. Gone. You no longer got a job. That's how I feel about it, because you are not helping anyone when you are a fat slob. This job requires physical agility. It just does. And if you don't like it, too bad. It is what it is. You can't go be an NBA star, right? That requires you to be physically fit, good at what you do. Well, policing is the same. Everybody can't be a cop. Everybody just can't be. It's just the reality. The job just requires certain standards, and this is not it. All right, that's enough of that. Deputy Cross reacts. I could go on about these ones, but it is what it is. Thank you for continuing to share them with me. Like, follow, share, all the great things. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.